Throw your hands up if you with it.
Welcome to Is It Though?
You don't want my chips with the dip, so bring them dip. You know what it means.
Ba-bow! Welcome back to the podcast. Is it though?
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to episode dos. Not dos.
12. Did you just speak Spanish?
Just came back fresh from the motherland. We'll get into that here in a bit. Before we get into that,
Hi. Follow us.
Hi.
Everywhere.
No, not everywhere.
No, don't follow us everywhere. That'd be weird.
That'd be
But
kinda
follow us
weird.
on social
But-
media.
But please follow us on Facebook at Is It Though, and please follow us on Instagram. We're trying to build up that page at Is It Though Podcast, and we don't have a Twitter, but because I'm old, I don't know how that works.
That'd
yet.
be weird. I mean, if we made a Twitter, what would we like? Would we tweet stuff like,
I'd be like, I pooped.
doing podcast day?
I probably picture like of Zan or something. How fat. Also,
no, Twitter.
also,
one day maybe. Who knows?
maybe one day. Also, we are on iTunes. We are on Spotify. Please rate us 5 stars and please give us a review. So
Review us. let
review us
know.
and let's see. Where
Instagram.
Oh, I said Instagram.
Oh.
Oh, and also please subscribe down below. I think we're at 59. We're getting close to 60. Another freaking milestone. So let's get to 100. Let's
Do it.
get them chips and the
Please.
dip. And on that note of subscription, look, when it comes to this podcast, I know, especially on the YouTube page, social media's page, it's easy to inflate numbers. It's easy. Because one thing you can say about us, we honest people here. And if we really wanted to inflate our numbers, there's many ways to do
What does
that.
that mean?
Because
Oh, like
pay a certain service to boost up our subscribers, boost up
we
our
out here
everything.
struggling still.
Out here, like artificial followers, artificial subscribers, just fake accounts. But you know what I'm saying? But
Those are all bots, though, right?
Yeah.
That follow you.
yeah. But with us, we're not gonna do that to you because we are 100% organic, 100%
Organic.
real, 100%. This is the non-artificial flavor. This is real.
What you see
Is what you get. So we're being honest. We're being honest here. So we're not. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We are 100% organic. We ain't artificial. 100% organic. So please subscribe down below. So let's get that bread. So
I was trying to think. Why do people buy their? I mean, that makes sense, I guess. So why they would buy it, so that way it looks like they have more followers.
well, yeah. I mean, people like.
And when you have more followers, don't you get? I mean, you get like money.
Well, yeah. I guess sponsorships. I guess people want to like buy their way in.
So people buy. And it's kind of smart, but that's kind of stupid at the same time.
Well, yeah. But
Because
not
you're
us.
spending money to make money.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, either way, I don't want to. I feel like that's like not.
It comes back to like when we're saying like inflating our ego or something like that.
Yeah,
it's
it's weird. I
like,
think.
it's like sure we have
buy them.
we have a big podcast, quote unquote, but it's
How
it's
many of
fake.
y'all are real though?
Exactly. So when I see 58, I know all them motherfuckers are real. Y'all real. Y'all honest. Y'all keep.
Oh, y'all real.
Y'all real.
Beep, 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 beep.
So what is up, Miss Henry?
Not much. I got sick when you left. Oh, because you were gonna get sick. No, I got sick I have my day off. I got sick with like a cold or something. It was not fun. I have like when you sneeze too much and you blow your nose a lot and it like it gets like all like chapped right here. That's what's happening. Cause on Friday I don't know.
You picking your nose?
No.
Nosegate. Hashtag nosegate.
I was gonna say I was picking my nose. Oh my god.
It's called a Freudian slip.
On Friday I woke up and I thought it was just like my allergies from Xan, but it was like all day constantly. And so I took allergy medicine and nothing worked. And I was just sneezing so much, and I had like gone through a box of tissues and it was just not fun. It was really bad. I took a bunch of Dayquil and then I took NyQuil.
SMH.
And I'm getting kind of over it today-ish. I woke up this morning and I took Dayquil and I feel somewhat better. But yeah, I had like my throat was hurting. It was not fun.
Well, that's good. At least
Get your
that's
flu
good.
shots, people.
Don't do it. Conspiracy theories.
Or don't do it. Oh shit! I'm sorry. Ooh, my balances, my chakras aren't aligned.
My third eye is in the line. Gotta get back on that yoga.
Yeah, but how are you? How are you, brother?
I'm in a better space. Well, better space of mind, I
Better?
guess.
Poor why?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you a vaguely story of what happened, because like, for quote unquote legal reasons, because I'm gonna make some quote unquote serious accusations. But yeah, recently, well, the dollar clock's back about a couple weeks ago. Was it 3 weeks ago? 4 weeks ago? This certain event that happens every 10 years was supposed to happen way back in May, but the people who were in charge kind of dropped the ball. A non-specific gender people went crazy, and
Non-binary.
our elected officials that are labeled president and treasury allegedly went crazy and stole all the money for this event.
Oh fuck! I didn't know that.
So
That's fucking wild.
allegedly,
These are all-
this is something. I'm not saying what it was, but you can put it all together for legal reasons.
Allegedly.
But apparently, that's what I'm saying, allegedly. So throughout the course of the year, people were asking, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? To so much to the degree that it became a meme, right? So I was like, oh, and I'd always be there, chiming in, because it's anytime there's a meme, I'm going to jump in,
Meme boy.
Meme boy, hashtag meme boy, hashtag meme Nino, hashtag
Meme.
meme,
Is the same
hashtag, is
word.
that our meme? Hashtag.
Oh my god.
And also the cherry on top, but also chime in because for this certain 10 years thing, they our walkout song, when we were given at a certain time of completion of 4 years of education, we were handed a little slip. I'm being vague as possible because you know what I'm saying.
Put it together.
Put it
You're
together.
smart.
So our walkout song was Miley Cyrus "To Climb."
It's the climb.
So even after 10 years, Zen! I apologize. So, yeah, fucking cat. Just kidding. Well, yeah. See all these bite marks there?
This. You see him. It's,
Yeah.
sorry, that probably hurt your ears.
Sorry about that. Okay, before we go on that, yeah. So I've been trying to figure out for 10 years who picked that walkout song. It's "The Climb"
Because life's a climb, Trey.
that's always been the meme. You know what I'm saying?
Life's a
Out of
climb.
all the people who completed 4 years of education and was handed a slip, why was that song picked? Miley Cyrus "To Climb."
Mine was, Don't you
See-
forget about me.
See, that's a good song, but we got Miley Cyrus "To Climb." It's like, what the hell?
Honestly, I remember being like little and looking at that on y'all's flyer, and I was like, "That fucking sucks." I would hate like to be on. That would
Okay,
be
so
my
fast
song.
forward. So I'm pretty sure you can deduce what I'm talking about. But so fast forward this year, so midsummer. Yeah, that would always be the meme that I always put. Miley Cyrus "Climb." I always make jokes, guys. It may happen, it may not, but hey, it's the climb. It's always gonna be another mountain. There's always gonna be another, vice versa. So fast forward to about 3 weeks ago, we've been doing the podcast where I've been talking about max effort, all the stuff we've been saying, and I got myself like 4 or 5 weeks ago after I was back memeing again. And then I thought back to what we were talking about the podcast about you see a need, feel a need, be your own superhero, hold yourself accountable, vice versa,
Yeah.
backing up what you say. And I caught myself after memeing him because people were like, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? Not going to happen. And I thought about, okay, instead of not really being a part of the problem, but, maybe make a difference, even though it's something so, like, not, I guess, looked down upon. That's like, oh, you're going to go to that thing again? Like, really? You're going to go to that? Really? I was like, you know what, dude? Like, instead of, like, talking about a problem, let's solve the problem. Let's take a little initiative, take a little action, and solve the problem. So, and so out of the blue, I just made a video stating that, okay, this is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, right? Which may not seem much to y'all watching because you've seen us, podcast putting ourselves out there, but I think you said it best is that you never saw, I guess, me do that.
Yeah. It freaked me out when you were doing it, and I was like, "Oh, okay." I called Jessa, and I was like, "I don't know who Trey is anymore. Who's this guy in the apartment? I don't know.
Yeah, because like.
But it was good to see you, like, because it's like you coming out of your shell.
Yeah.
Like something I would never expect you to do, you did. And I was like,
Yeah, because
good for you.
it's just like. On the note, yeah, coming out of my shell is just a matter of like, okay, putting myself out there and really taking control of this thing. As soon as I put that video out there and put it on a certain page for this 10-year thing, yeah, a lot of people responded positively. Some people were like, no, we should postpone it to a later date so more people can go. And I thought, well, my response to that was, okay, then you take charge of that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
When that time comes, go make it happen. And these people have been waiting this long.
Already.
About 300 people that are in this group waited this long for this to happen. It's already late in the year, and it's been, quote unquote, 10 years. So something's going to happen, It's got to happen, because I mean, it's something that every people who complete 4 years of education and just slip has to happen, because people elect certain presidents or treasury allegedly to have a certain amount of money that didn't get, quote unquote, robbed, that didn't get stolen because they went a non-specific gender went crazy and jumped to Arizona and vice versa. There's a little bit of tea, a little bit. Okay, that's not much for legal reasons. Yeah. So yeah. So I decided to put it all together and said we're gonna go. It's gonna happen on this date, and we're gonna. I just thought, I was thinking about back home in the motherland, RJV. What's the most easily convenient? Just show up and just hang out place that everybody goes to on a nice hot day. The beach, right? This non-sponsored Clayton's kind of beach park, not beach park, but it's more of a cantina on the beach, pier, thing, patio type thing, outdoor type thing. So I was like, okay, this date happen, bam, that's it, easy. You know what I'm saying? My friends, please make an event, bam, post on the page, it's gonna happen, no excuses. And the response that I got was very positive. People were excited about it. A lot of people was tagging their friends. Okay, we're going. And the last comment was like, "Do you make an event?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know if we need an event." I said, "Okay, fine. I'll make an event." Made an event, and I just made basically in detail. Made a list. Okay, if anybody could bring this, that. Really appreciate your help. This, that. And people said they were going. And as far as like helping out, blank. No one said anything. So I was really like, okay, a little bit discouraged for that. But I said, okay, if people are going to come, okay, I'm going to do this. So as the weeks leading up to that, I just kept posting, making updates, checking the weather, coming up with a backup plan, a plan C, plan A, B, and C, and D, and also trying to keep my mind and head in a positive space, because as this past week before it happened, I had several people tell me, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? You have no obligation. You're basically gonna stand in front of a moving train. It's a shit show, and you have no obligation. You just with your time and money, yada 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 yada, all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I already told them I know what I'm getting myself into. I know what's gonna happen. Well, I don't say that I know it's gonna be how it turned out to be, but I knew I was gonna take an L. I knew I was gonna be embarrassed. And that before I left on a Friday, but got there on a Saturday. But before I left, I just told them, hey, I failed publicly, I failed privately. How is this any different? I'm used to taking an L, but not anymore. I'm saying not turn that L into a lesson. Hashtag it's a song. Hashtag verse. Hashtag this and that. But
It is a song.
Well, it comes out in like Best Life by Miss Cardi B. Yeah.
I'm living my best life.
By Cardi B and Chance the Rapper. So I got to turn all my L's
Okay,
into
you're gonna say
lessons.
Chance the Rapper because that's how I know that song.
Yeah. So that happened. So fast forward to this past Friday. I got out of work, woke up at 4. Yeah, I woke up at 4. And I drove all like 5.5 hours down back home to the motherland in the valley. Got home, went to mom's house, fell asleep for like 30 minutes, and bam. For some reason, I thought it took like 30 minutes to get to the island from where we live, or shout out to where we live. And then, no, it took like an hour or so. already at this point, I put like 7 hours already on the road, just nonstop driving. And before leaving the event, people were like saying, "Okay, yeah, we're going." It's not on the event page. It said about like 22, 25 people were going. I was like, okay, well, if if about 10 people, 12 people show up, I mean, that'd be worth it, right? I mean, you would think like, at least something happened. Hashtag it happened. Hashtag make something happen. And driving down there, I got to the spot around 1 o'clock because it was scheduled for 1 o'clock. So I was like, okay, cool. As soon as I got there, I bought a margarita, to calm the nerves a bit. And I found out that because normally a margarita would cost like $4, $3, because it's the Valley, Rio Grande Valley, and plus it's South Padre Island. Nope, it was like $10.
$10.
I was like, for a little fucking margarita this big, like, get the fuck out of here. So I'm like, oh, so already I'm like, okay, well, Jesus Christ. So got that margarita.
I'll be sitting on this margarita for a long time.
I did. Jesus Christ, you have no idea. Because
Make it
imagine that.
last.
So 7 hours on the road, got there to the island, bought that freaking expensive margarita. I don't know why, but parked there. There's a little bit because the way the layout is, it's like an open patio. There's kind of a concert venue area to the left, and then you take a right, and then there's the bar area with shade underneath, and then along the wall, like the wooden wall, like little, so kind of like this, like a long ass island across the thing. You can see the view, you can see the beaches, you can see the waves coming in, you can see the sand, that dirty brown sand, that valley sand. Not like that Pensacola sand, which it was actually clean and nice.
I have a bottle of the sand because I wanted to treasure
Yeah,
it.
so I got a little stool, like a stool, and margarita, and just sat there and just waited. Cause, do you want to know how long I waited?
How long?
About an hour.
Oh.
I was sitting there alone on the bench for an hour, and I was like, you know what? I guess this is how it's going to go. And also want to give a shout out, forgot to mention, got ahead of myself, to our mom and Vanessa, because they made a banner and they made some signs, because, at least something, something for the event to happen. And, I was there sitting there for about an hour, nothing happened. So I was like, you know what? I mean, that's how it goes, I guess. I mean, I tried my best, because the way I kind of rationalize in my mind is like, hey, sometimes you can put your best effort, you can give as much you can, you can try just make it easy as possible, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. Sometimes it's not. So I was like already like, like, okay, I was like, let me just make something else out of this day. Make something out. I'm already here in the valley. Let's catch up on some old friends, right? That hip some old friends. Not in town, they're busy, working. So I'm like, oh shit, well, because if you remember, like episode 1, episode 2, I myself burned a lot of bridges, and so I was like, you know what, well, I guess this is karma. I don't know how to rationalize this in my brain. So I was like, you know what, finish margarita, let me just go home and let me just take some sleep and hang out with mom and dad. And before they left, but they left and go little thing. So as I, close up my thing and then get back in my car and then drive back down, driving back down the island, before I left Clayton's, I made a post like, I waited as long as I could. Sorry guys, I tried. I don't think that's to say, because like, what can I say?
Yeah.
I tried my best. And as soon as on the wave, like, some people hit me up on the page like, what the fuck, I'm on my way, this and that. So like, okay, cool. So I guess some people are gonna show up. So then I turned this thing around, the back, and I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's all about 6 people showed up. Six dudes. Hashtag sausage fest. But it was all good. It was good catching up with these guys, and they all showed up there. And 2 more people showed up, but they went more to the beach. It was kind of funny because like we all were there sitting on the middle, like. Okay, here's like the bar, right? We were sitting more like towards the middle, and it was about 6 of us. We were sitting at one table, right? So as soon as these 2 people show up, and then with their husbands and boyfriends or whatever, there's an empty table right there. So okay, let's get the table, right? So And so we were bringing on the table, like, are you gonna join us? And like, it's like, and the one guy over here at the end is like, no, this is the cool table. It's like, no, we're gonna go to the beach. I was like, what the fuck? This is the point of the 10-year thing, for to hang out and catch up. I was like, no, they left.
No.
So we're like, Jesus Christ. We straight up got punked. We straight up
Noobs.
got ditched. Hashtag
For real.
JK.
Did you post like to the page the things they made, the mom and Vanessa made, or no?
Yeah, I did, and people, liked it, saying like the heart emojis, this and that, and
Well, bitch, where were you at?
so after we caught up, we're
Having-
talking to people, and talking about, us dudes talk about what happened the past 10 years, and talking about what happened with their families, this and that, and what they're doing for work now.
Did you know those people like back
yeah.
when you were in school?
Yeah, one guy I knew since middle school.
No.
Shout out to you. And then one Ismail, I think Smiley, his name's Ismail. Sorry, I butchered your name. I'm bad.
Ismail?
Yeah, there you go. I'm bad at speaking in their names. I'm trying
Oh.
not to name drop, because
I'm bad at naming people.
just because like
So I'm not good with names.
more like a privacy thing, more like
Yeah.
I'm not trying to put people's business out there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be as vague as possible, but yeah, we all caught up and just talking about this and that, just talking sports, just talking about the Cowboys, talking about
The boys, we're going to the Super Bowl this year, bros.
God.
The
Hashtag it.
boys are back in town.
Oh God. Hashtag
I don't really
it's
care
all
about football, but
sports.
It's always
Hashtag
fun.
sports. But yeah, so they're talking about for good like 4 hours, and drinking, buying shots all around. Not shots, but just
Yeah.
drinking. And I guess for the first couple of hours, because it was 2 o'clock when they all showed up, and we left there about 5 o'clock. So we were just there, talking. After we caught up, and you kind of realize, it's how it is. I felt super fucking bad because one guy, he rented a hotel
Oh dang.
and he lives there. So it's like, he's like, man, I thought people were going to show up, that we're going to get
Yeah.
fucking wild. And I just kept saying, like, dude, I'm sorry, man.
But I feel like, people are big flakes. Like
yeah.
it sucks. But a lot of people, like, especially like, I just think in general, people are big ass flakes.
Yeah.
Like you can try your best to hang out with people. I've tried to hang out with people and then they just like flake last minute. And it's like, you fucker.
Yeah. And I just
Sorry.
felt like, man, like,
But that sucks. And my mom told me that you were the very self, and I was like,
yeah, it's just like,
cried a little for you.
yeah.
But hey, you learn something. At least
Yeah.
you gotta catch up with some people.
Yeah. And then after that, we went to Blackbeard's. It's this another restaurant there on the island. And we were just there chit-chatting and then eating, and then, and then after we're ready to go, we basically made a whole, we all understood that it became a meme.
Mm-hmm.
So we all took a picture and said, happy 10 years, this and that. I want to thank our president, Treasury, for making it happen, putting this all together. Basically made a whole meme about it, and we all just fucking laughed. And some people that flake, not to call you out, but some people that flake were like, hey, well, dude, not to, let's go to this bar and drink. At this time, it was already like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. And we were like, nah, I don't know, man. Like, it's kind of
You had your shot.
Yeah, you had your shot, this and that. And the guy's like, one guy was telling one guy, like, coming like, nah, I don't know. The guy was with me next to me, and he was like, nah, I don't know what we're doing afterwards. And the guy who flaked responded, okay, cool, see you in the next 10 years. It's like, Jesus Christ. And it's just like, man, it's just like, we just left and took the picture, and I kind of left there in the headspace, and just, as I'm driving there by myself, and I'm driving back home to Island, hashtag feels, hashtag alone, hashtag
Hashtag Drake.
hashtag Drake, hashtag I try my best, hashtag, I try not to be negative, starting this podcast, I'm not trying to be like all sappy or woe was me, but it's just, if there's something I can hang my hat on is that, hey, I made something happen that wasn't supposed to happen. It happened, even though 2 or 3, 4, 6 people showed up. I did put my best effort in, and I was held myself accountable, and held my really holding my words accountable, really,
Doing something and making it happen.
Following through, and just, because one thing about this podcast, like, really, y'all don't know, it really like you put stuff out there and you say something and you better back it up, even though no one's gonna call you out on it, even when they do. But you really can't live with yourself if you don't, out here talking about this and that. And when it comes to real life, when there's no cameras on, when no mics on,
Because
are
then,
you following through what you say?
yeah, you'd be a hypocrite, and then it'd just be like, what's all this for?
Yeah, it'll be like
But I feel-
boosting our fake numbers essentially.
Exactly. But I'd like to say I'm very proud of you because, like, I mean, honestly, like I would have never ever saw you doing that or ever making something like that happen just because you're very in your shell.
Yeah,
So it was definitely
with that tism.
it was definitely nice to see, like, oh, like, you're coming a little bit out of your shell, even though it's like somewhat still a little bit, but that was like a big step.
Yeah.
Like a big step for you to do. Like, you should be proud of yourself because you did that. Like,
Yeah.
like, that's an accomplishment for you just in general,
Yeah.
which is good. I mean, like I said, you can only make it a lesson,
Yeah.
not a L, and
Yeah.
not a loss, a lesson.
Yeah, make it a lesson. It's just, would I do it again? Yeah, cause just why not? But then I felt super bad because like people are up here want to get something together. Not really a 10-year thing, but want to come together and get together and watch sports. And they started this whole group thing, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll come join you. I told them the day prior, but I kind of slept in because I was just tired, exhausted. And speaking of sleeping in, as soon as I got back home, it was around like 9 o'clock, and our mom and dad wasn't there, so I felt too bad, and I was like just crashed out because I waited for him to come back home because. Shout out to our dad because Tuesday is his birthday.
Whoa, 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 whoa. It's probably air the day after, but happy birthday, Dad.
Happy belated birthday.
You are
But I just felt like...
amazing. No, you're not amazing, but you're... well,
that's very...
You rock. You rock. Thinking you don't shine shoes.
You don't shine shoes.
I wouldn't say you're amazing. You're definitely... well, not
Jesus Christ,
like mom. Like mom. Listen, like a mom would be
here's
amazing.
A shovel. Here's a shovel. Jesus
like a mom
Christ.
would be amazing. You would be like you rock. Like you can't. Like Yahweh.
That's a positive spin to put on it, I guess.
Like mom would be like the flower, and then you'd be like, I don't know, like the guy that's just like, yeah. You definitely,
so he's like, yeah, you grow flower, yeah.
Pretty much like that. But yeah, happy birthday. We love you.
We
lots.
love you so much.
And you're definitely unique, and I miss you every day, even though man, sometimes I do things and I'm like, dude, I'm just like him.
Tell you.
But it's okay. I wouldn't want to be any other way.
Yeah. Just felt like just terrible because I wasn't able to spend time really spend time with him because as soon as I woke up I had to shoot back up here.
So to spend time with him when he slipped.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
When he slipped, quote unquote. And also a little funny story here. If y'all remember back in episode 10 we were talking about ain't no laws. Well, our parents we're having a good time celebrating and at a pachanga. And they bought some claws.
Dude, they called me. I called them that night because I thought like you'd be with them, and then she called me, I think, and she answered the phone, and mom and dad were like both buzzed, and they're just
having
like
a good time.
They're like, no laws. They were holding the white claw, and I was like, oh. Like, oh my god. She's like, I thought I was gonna be breaking the law with Trey, but he's asleep, and I was like, oh my god. But yeah, shout out to them because they got us a bunch of. Stocked them on White Claw for like a month.
We're clocked on the claws.
Honestly, for like 2 months for us because we don't really drink.
Nah. Yeah. These next 2 months. Well, speaking about these next 2 months, if you obviously noticed this podcast coming out on Wednesday due to,
life events.
And, it's going to happen. And these coming podcasts, this following podcast, coming out this month or next month, they might be a little bit shorter. They might not be due to the fact because like we said, the last podcast, if you're watching, shout out to you, especially. We love you. We do this for you. We're going to be moving into a bigger space. So meaning leading up to as you guys know, anytime you're moving, it gets not only expensive but just little minor things, just to make it a lot easier. So we're gonna be, well, me especially, I know Audrey is too, gonna be, basically nose to the grindstone hard and just really
Our time is gonna be very limited.
just be nonstop working on to like be here and back, and it's just gonna be so just as you know,
bear with us in
bear
this
with us
couple
and-
months. But
so if
it'll
you notice our
definitely be
podcast room going to be a little lower, a little lower, a little lower,
Or
a little
not
more
as
bags, little bags, not as because we're
in
gonna be
your
working.
face.
We're gonna be working.
We're a little tired, even no matter how much caffeine we have. Sometimes
how
it
many
just doesn't
coffee.
work. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
But just bear with us, because what will be coming is gonna be good. So
Yeah.
definitely stick with us, and it'll be all worth it. It'll be worth
It'll
it.
be all worth it. So also, don't be surprised if I shave my head.
Yeah,
Just
my
'cause-
hair color might change or not. I don't know.
Just because it's hot and just because
It is fucking.
it's just not letting up. It's like it's time to tighten up. Plus also on a personal thing, I gotta tighten up, and I got a dad bod on. I got that buff top, but that that thick middle.
Oh, that's what you meant by tighten up. I was like, what does that even mean?
Like tighten up. Like yeah, tighten up. Like nah, like
Maybe I'll go to the gym. I don't know. Been
Like,
thinking
nice.
about it.
because
Probably should.
I'd always blame like my gut like on beer, but I don't really drink anymore. So,
So
now
it's
I'm just fat.
So now you can't even blame it. It's like, oh, that's there because I'm fat.
It's like yeah, I'm just fat. I gotta jump on that cardio machine.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's because when I go to the gym, I don't like to do cardio. Like, it's just like,
Yeah, it's just like
I'd rather just lift weights but I feel like I need to do cardio because,
Yeah.
you need it. But, you don't really need it, but you do kind of need some sort.
yeah.
But I don't know. It's just like running in one spot. It's like,
It's so boring,
fucking
but
tiring.
yeah.
And the TVs there don't even work in the little gym here at the apartment. So I'm just like,
Yeah, it's just that you
It's-
gotta make your own entertainment.
yeah. So maybe I'll
But
go back.
I
I don't
also,
know.
also it was nice going back home. Okay, every time I go back home, you see what's changes. Driving down #Harrison or Tyler or Business 77, and you go. You see there's a new Chick-fil-A or by that old wing stop, by that bar, quote unquote tipsy, where everybody goes. You see everybody from your graduating class there,
Yeah.
but there's a new Raising Cane's there. You see all of the stuff.
You get to see how your hometown's flourishing. pretty much.
Little by little. But one thing, what I will say, is as soon as you drive past Primera, this is a very local talk. When you pass by Primera and you make that exit, and you get to that light in loop 499, and you like heading towards the airport, there's that Stripes in that corner. That Stripes is very special to me because when I worked at the airport, we would always go there like.
You worked at the airport?
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say, but
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So I worked there at 3 a.m. and then when we would go for a break, we would just go to that Stripes and.
When they would make the tacos like first thing in the morning, right? Oh yeah, dude, that's just good.
Yep.
So I got that once
So
after
but
a
every
party.
time I leave, I go to that Stripes. It still's got that funky, dirty, freaking smell. It's just like.
It smells like the toilets in the restroom in the
Yeah,
back.
you got that freaking cashier who doesn't give a shit about you. You got the people making your food just like looking at you like, oh, okay, whatever. You want a Q taco? Shout out to Q taco. Always get a Q taco. Always get that Zion's drink. Always get a Gatorade because that's what I would always get there. Because I like getting that because it kind of reminds me back where I started, remembering people, especially that. Remembering good times, memories. So always get that and head back up and then.
I always get a potato and egg with 2 strips of bacon. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
So fucking good.
Also, real
I'm not a
quick, a
big
little
person.
quick tangent. Tacos down there in the valley for $2. It's a good sized taco.
Dude,
But up here-
Panchitos? Oh, dude.
Dude, but up here, $2, guess how big a taco is? Like,
Dude,
smaller than this.
Remember we went to the restaurant and I was like, oh, like I got a taco, remember?
Uh-huh.
And I thought it was gonna be like 3 tacos. It was one single taco. I was like, they brought it to me and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Tell you, man. If y'all come up here,
It wasn't even that good too.
Mexican food dies past San Antonio. That's my statement. That's sticking by it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're not gonna get what you get over there. I definitely miss the food and the
Yeah.
beach. Some guy actually told me the other day, at work that he was like, "Oh, where are you from?" I was like, "Oh, I'm from Orlando," and I'm like, "It's by South Padre Island." He's like, "Oh, I know where that is." I was like, "Yeah, that's where." I'm like, "Everyone knows where that is."
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, "I actually found that place by accident." He had like a Ireland accent, like he's not from here.
Oh yeah, there's like some German people there too. Also there at the island, I guess some other people were having their 10-year meeting, but they were like in their 80s and 70s. But there was a whole group of them, so we kept joking like, "Hey, maybe we should go join them."
Yeah,
Cause
that's funny. Can I tell my
oh,
story now?
man.
I was
Oh,
just
yeah, sorry, go
kidding.
Go
But
ahead.
he had like a definite, like a heavy accent. He's like, you can tell, like you can tell I'm not from here. I was like, yeah. He's like, I actually found that place by accident. He's like, me and my family went to Corpus, and I mistakenly, instead of reserving a hotel for Padre Island, I did it for South Padre Island. He's like, so I reserved the hotel, and then I saw that, and then we had to drive 3 hours to go all the way to South Padre. And he's like, and we got there, like, it was so beautiful. He's like, you have to understand where I'm from. Like, we don't have this. Like, I'm from a small town, and I've never seen anything like
Yeah.
it. And he's like, it was so much fun, and it was so great. And it was just like, he's like, I really enjoyed it. And I was like, yeah, dude, honestly, I miss it so much. People would like say, go to the lake here. And I'm like, it's not the same.
No.
It's definitely not the same. I was like, but that's honestly great. Like, he found that by accident. Like, by accident, and that kind of made me like realize, like, like sometimes we do fucking dumb stuff. Like we make mistakes. Like, okay, he reserved the wrong hotel, and instead of getting like super mad about it, him and his family just drove down there and were like, okay, and made a thing out of it, and then they had the best time. I was like, dude,
Making
good.
something go out of mistake.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, that's so, like, that made me so happy. I was like, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. He's like, we'll definitely be going back. I'm like, you should. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. You can always make something good out of it.
Yeah, make
Like
the
that.
best out of it.
You know what, though? That reminds me of something.
Like what?
Of something I saw on Facebook earlier.
Facebook?
Facebook.
La Facebook?
And it made my day, honestly. Here we go.
I want a party. Everybody's having a party. I want a party. I want to get drunk. I want to get naked. I want to swing my underwear around and let everybody smell them.
Oh, smell him.
I want to get my cheeks clapped. Nobody don't bother inviting no granny to no parties. So I don't get to go. I don't get to party like every fucking body else does. So, fuck you.
Straight up. That's how I felt sitting there on the beach.
So fuck you.
Waiting for everybody to show up. That the nuns of people showed up.
Moral of the story: invite your granny. My favorite part of that is
It's
where
funny.
she's like, I don't get to clap my cheeks.
Jesus Christ.
All right, grandma. All right, you do you, boo boo. I want to have that same energy at that age.
Yeah, nah. I just be like, yeah, I just don't bother.
So you know what?
What's up?
The lesson for this week would, make the best.
Out of situation, and don't be afraid to come out of your shell, and don't be afraid to put your chips all in and give your best effort.
Dip it in. Dip the tips and the jips and the tips. Dips and the jips.
Jips in the tips or jips in the tips?
Chips in
Hashtag
the-
rostrum.
Chips
or,
in the dip. Dip them in
Chips
the
in the
dip. Dip them in the dip.
And if you ever come across yourself making something happen, even though it's supposed to happen, somebody else supposed to put in charge to make, that 10-year annual thing happen, and you decide to take it in your hands to make it happen, and only like 6 people show up, make something good out
Make
of
the
it.
best out of it. You
Make the
had a good
best out of it.
time.
Make the meme out of it, and just catch up with some old friends. And I wish them, the ones that showed up, I want to say I wish them the best of luck to where all their endeavors. And even though I'm not a Cowboys fan, I guess, go ahead.
The boys.
The
The
boys,
boys.
I guess.
How do I stop this? Okay. Oh, click. Sorry.
Click,
Disregard.
click, figure it out.
Anyways.
Yeah, I wish them all the best, and I'm not gonna wait 10 years, to see them again. Every time I go down, then catch up and see how they're doing.
That's good.
Catch up and be,
And be like the guy in my story, the guy that told me, if you make a mistake, like, ironically make a mistake, you could find something beautiful, like how he found the beach. Like, you may think in your head, like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, all the
I fucked up.
all the negative thing, like,
I
why did I
fucked
do
up.
this and that? I fucked up, this and that.
But,
Sorry for swearing. But yeah.
nah, bro. But anyways, but you might have messed up. You could honestly find something great out of that.
Yeah.
So try to not look at it anytime you make a mistake or anytime there's a fault, try not to look at it as such like a negative thing, because honestly it could lead you to something awesome.
Yeah.
And you might miss that just because you're like thinking so negatively when you don't even have to.
Yeah.
And you know what, invite your grandma to the party, bro.
Out to the party. Well, we're Hispanic. Well, our raza is not shy about doing that.
Or what?
Raza.
Rasa?
El Español. It's Mexicans.
It's Mexicans. Yeah,
We
you
always
know.
invite our parents to a party.
Yeah, that's true.
Shoo, dog. Shoo.
I remember I saw grandma joke once. That was awesome.
Shoo.
That was awesome. Anyways.
So anyways, just want to say thank you. Love you. Turn your L's into lessons, and you know what she said.
Be kind to everyone. Don't judge others. Don't judge other grannies if they want to clap the cheeks at parties.
And hashtag bear with us. Hashtag new things are coming for us, and we got to work towards it.
Hashtag Nino don't shine shoes.
Nino don't shy shoes. Hashtag this and that. Hashtag Nino don't shy shoes. Hashtag belated birthday. Hashtag no more thick Trey. Hashtag skinny
No more
Trey's coming.
thick Trey. Oh my god, that's my favorite one by far. That's
There you
funny.
go. Hashtag no thick Trey. Because we're getting skinny. If in the next 2 months I'm not skinny, hashtag call me out. Hashtag
Call him
keep-
out, dude. Don't
get
be
me
afraid.
accountable.
I'll
Hashtag
call him out. Right
hashtag
there.
yeah. So also when closing, I just want to say after a week like this, it's so negative. It's so easy for me to fucking be negative. And also another thing coming up Tuesday. Well, after this comes out, well, when this comes out Wednesday, I've also been dealing with something that's a whole kind of warmers. But just say something real quick because it's been like 4 years of trying to fix this thing. 3 surgeries. It's very minor,
yeah.
non life threatening. It's because it's just a whole thing, and I know trying to be positive about it is gonna end up me hip surgery again. I guess guaranteed, but whatever.
Some
Yeah.
people suck though.
Yeah, things happen, but we're trying to make the best of it. Life,
Everything's a lesson.
everything's awesome. Everything's awesome.
Everything is awesome.
So, yeah. On that, let's end on a positive note. Audrey, you got something to say before we close? Anything positive you want to say? 'Cause I know I've been talking a lot this one, so.
I love you. No, but for real, thank you, and I appreciate if you stuck in with us this long. Stuck with us this stuck. If you stuck, whatever the freaking word is, if you've been here this long with us, thank you. We both really appreciate it. And if you always watch the podcast to the podcast to the end or listen to the end, it really means a lot that you sat through this whole thing.
Yeah, we
Like,
love you
honestly.
and we appreciate you so much.
Yeah. We appreciate you, motherfucker. So thank you. Make sure to, like you said, follow us everywhere. And it also, we are always looking for memes, funny videos. So if you ever come across a funny video, don't be afraid to send it to us.
Don't be shy.
We love it. Try to make our day with your videos.
Yeah, because like that's what we want to accomplish. Like, sure, we can talk about like hot topics, but you know what? Nah, we come here to take a break from all that stuff.
So show us your memes.
Show us your memes. Send us your memes.
Per favor.
Bro.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Thank you guys so
We
much.
shall see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.